Have you ever wondered if the key to feeling younger, sharper, and more energized could be as simple as going to bed at a different time? I know it sounds almost too easy, but after 2 decades of working with older adults, I've seen firsthand how one small shift in your nightly routine can lead to a huge transformation. Not with pills, not with expensive treatments, but with timing. If you're in your 70s, or caring for someone who is, this might be the most important health message you hear all year. Because what if the brain fog, the groggy mornings, the midday crashes aren't actually signs of aging, but signs that your sleep is out of sync with your body's new rhythm? In this video, I'll show you what science now knows about aging and sleep, and the 1 hour that could be your secret weapon for better memory, stronger immunity, and calmer mornings. I'll also share inspiring stories from older adults who made this simple change and got their lives and their energy back. But first, if you care about aging well, feeling good, and staying sharp as the years go by, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and tap the bell so you never miss a new video. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What time do you usually go to bed, and has that changed over the years? Now let's dive in. Let's start with something we all notice, but few talk about openly. Sleep gets trickier as we age. You might lie down at 11 like you always have, but now you toss and turn. Or you wake up at 3 a.m., wide-eyed, wondering why you can't fall back asleep. Maybe you even sleep the full 7 hours, but still feel drained in the morning. It's frustrating. But here's the truth. You're not broken, and you're definitely not alone. What's really happening is that your internal sleep system, your body's built-in clock, is changing. As we move into our 70s, our brain naturally begins to produce less deep sleep, the kind that repairs tissue, balances hormones, and clears mental clutter. In fact, researchers at Stanford found that older adults lose up to 50% of their deep sleep, compared to when they were 40. Half. But there's another piece to the puzzle. Our bodies also start to produce melatonin, the hormone that makes us feel sleepy, earlier in the evening. That sudden wave of drowsiness at 8:15 p.m., that's not a fluke. That's your body asking, gently, can we rest now? Too often, we say no. We push through it with a late movie, phone scrolling, or just habit. And that's where the trouble begins. Let me tell you about Elaine, a 74-year-old widow and retired librarian. She came to me after months of poor sleep. I'm in bed by midnight, she said, but I wake up groggy and my days just feel heavy. We looked at her sleep cycle, and it was clear. Elaine's body wanted rest much earlier. I asked her to try something different. In bed by 9:15. No screens, just a warm bath, soft lighting, and calm. She raised an eyebrow. That early? I smiled. Just give it a shot. 3 weeks later, she came back with tears in her eyes. I wake up before my alarm, and I feel like myself again. I'd forgotten what that felt like. Here's what makes the difference: timing. Recent findings from leading sleep research centers, including Harvard and the Sleep Foundation, show that for adults over 70, the most restorative sleep happens when we align our bedtime with our shifted circadian rhythm. For most, that means heading to bed between 9 and 10 p.m. This golden hour taps into the natural peak of your body's melatonin production. If you miss that window, Your brain has to work harder to fall asleep, and the quality of your rest suffers. The result? You sleep lighter. You wake more. You feel less refreshed, even if you sleep the same number of hours. By adjusting your schedule to match your body, not your habits, you give yourself access to deeper sleep stages, improved brain function, and even heart health. There's one gentleman I'll never forget. Samuel, a retired engineer who spent his nights watching the late news and fixing small electronics in his garage. He came in saying, "I'm 77, but I feel 87. My energy's just gone." I suggested the 9:30 bedtime, no lectures, just an invitation to try it for a month. Well, the next time I saw him, he walked in with a bounce in his step. "Doc," he said, "I'm back to walking a mile every morning. My wife says I smile more." That's what sleep on your body's schedule can do. So, what exactly can this one change do for your health? 1. It protects your heart. Our clinic's recent study found that patients 70 plus who adopted a consistent 9 to 10 p.m. bedtime saw a 40% reduction in blood pressure spikes and nighttime heart rate irregularities. Why? Because earlier sleep allows the cardiovascular system to rest deeply during its natural recovery window. 2. It sharpens your memory. During early sleep cycles, your brain flushes out amyloid plaques, those sticky proteins linked to memory decline and Alzheimer's. Going to bed earlier gives your brain the time it needs to clean house. One patient told me, "It's like my brain's filing cabinet finally got organized again." 3. It boosts emotional stability. Consistent early sleep helps regulate cortisol, the stress hormone, leading to a more balanced mood. In fact, our patients reported a 60% decrease in anxiety symptoms after just 30 days on the new schedule. 4. It supports blood sugar control. If you're living with diabetes, this one's important. Deep, regular sleep improves insulin sensitivity. Several of our patients actually needed fewer medications after sleeping earlier, under their doctor's supervision, of course. So yes, your bedtime might just be your best medicine. 5 simple steps to sleep, like you used to. Let's get practical. Here are 5 habits to help you align with your body's new rhythm. 1. Aim for lights out by 9:30 p.m. Don't fight the sleep wave. If you feel sleepy at 8:45, let it happen. Set a soft bedtime alarm. Not to wake up, but to remind you it's time to wind down. 2. Eat light and early. Finish dinner at least 3 hours before bed. Heavy meals, alcohol, or sugar too close to bedtime can keep your system wired. If you're hungry later, try a small banana, chamomile tea, or a handful of walnuts. 3. Soften the lights at night. Dim your environment starting at 7:30 p.m. Warm lamps, candles, or amber bulbs tell your brain it's time to produce melatonin. Harsh light does the opposite. 4. Create a gentle routine. Take a warm bath. Listen to calm music. Do gentle stretches. Just like children have bedtime rituals, you deserve one too. 5. Power down screens. Early. Phones, tablets, and TVs emit blue light that confuses your brain. Turn them off 60 minutes before bed. Read a book, or simply sit in quiet. I know changing habits isn't easy, especially ones you've had for decades. But I also know this: your body still wants to heal. It still knows how to rest. You just need to meet it where it is. So tonight, when you feel that first wave of tiredness, listen. Let it carry you. Not into sleep that's restless or broken, but into rest that restores. Because sleep, when honored, can be your reset button, your secret strength, and your peace. If this message touched you or made you think of someone you love, I invite you to share it. Like this video, subscribe for more insights on healthy aging, and tap the bell so we can keep growing this community together. And here's a small but powerful gesture. If you believe it's never too late to feel better, type the word hope in the comments below. Not just for you, but for someone who might need a little encouragement tonight. Thanks for spending this time with me. May your sleep tonight be deep, your heart steady, and your morning full of light. Until next time, be well and sleep gently.